Jeffro from Two Hacks Garage. I'll tell you what, guys, last few videos you've seen, I've been showing you how to do a lot of measuring and a whole lot of weighing things out for the two engine builds I got going on. That 311 based upon the 302 and that 292 based upon that 283. This video, well, it's not going to be doing any measuring. It's not going to be doing any weighing. It's actually a tool review. I don't do a lot of these videos. I should probably do more because, like you guys out there, I'm sure you buy a lot of specialty tools, but you want to do it on a budget, but you also want to make sure it's a quality tool that's going to work when you need it. A lot of these specialty tools you don't use very often, once here, twice here a year, whatever, but you want to make sure it's quality and it's going to work. So in this video, I'm going to show you a tool that I purchased. I'm not sponsored by them. I have no affiliation with them, but I do buy a lot of tools from them. Probably see some more tool reviews on it. It's a tool I bought to disassemble the power pack cylinder heads that are most likely going to go on that 283. I'm not 100% sure yet. I got to do some measuring. I got to do a little bit of calculations on it, but I do have everything to rebuild them and all that fun jazz. However, I'm kind of kicking the idea around about going with a different set of heads. Not sure yet. I'm rambling. That's not part of this video. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a method to disassemble cylinder heads, aka take the valve springs off and get the valves out with a pretty cool tool. Everybody knows that there's a C-clamp tool to do that, but there's also other tools that you can use. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a Proform stud mount valve spring compressor. It's for all 3/8 and 7/16 rocker studs. So that basically covers just about everything that I would use and most likely everything that you would use. Part number on this, if anybody wants to know, and I'll throw it at the end of the video and a link to it, 66784. Here's a picture of it right here. Here's what it looks like, guys. Sorry, a little bit of loss for words here. It's been a really long day and it was a very long weekend. So yeah, this is going to be a tool review on how to use this, and I'm going to show you why I'm choosing this one based upon some other tools that I would use. With that, guys, let's show you what I'm working with. All right, so here is what I'm working with. This is a power pack cylinder head, casting number 3884520. Small chamber head. They got small valves in them. Actually, everything kind of is small about them. So if I decide to use these, which I do have new valves, I do have new springs and all that fun jazz, and screw-in studs for it. That'll be a whole nother video. If I do go ahead and use these, I do need to disassemble them. Yeah, you can take them to a machine shop and pay for that. But like you guys like to save some money and do it yourself. So I've taken apart many cylinder heads, small block ones, and I've always used my trusty Comp Cams valve spring compressor tool, small block Chevy. I love this tool. It's great. The problem is, and this is a great tool, I'm not discounting at all. The problem is the studs on this are pretty short. So if you look here on that, you see that stud sticking? Well, it's kind of hard to see. Let me bring that in there. So this tool here, if you look here, there's not enough on there for your locking tool to go over there and lock down, because you have a rod that goes there, and then what you do is you use this tool over here, and you can easily, even when on the vehicle, you can easily remove your valve springs and change those. However, this is not going to work for this application. These press-in studs are factory and they're extremely short, so I'm not going to be able to use that. So you can always use the C-clamp method, and that works. However, I'm not a huge fan of the C-clamp method, so what I did was I did a little bit of research, and I decided, you know what, guys, I am going to go out and purchase a new tool. So what I did is did my research, and I found this. The Proform stud mount valve spring compressor for all 3/8 and 7/16 rocker studs. Pretty neat packaging. Tells you on the back, well, one of the big important things, wear safety goggles. I'm kind of big into safety. I've had some eye injuries and some other injuries. But anyway, back to this part. Tells you everything you need to know on this part here. And I tell you what, guys, let's open it up and show you what we got working with here. Set that plastic aside. So what you got here is you have the fixture. This handle slides off. You have a fixture here, and if you look right there, this here is what's going to screw in to your actual rocker stud on this. And if you want to swap it out for the larger size, you see this little pin right in here and that right there. Well, all you do is you take that out, that little lock, pull that pin, and you're going to take this bar and you're going to slide it out, flip it, and put it back in the other side, put it all back together. Pretty simple, pretty nice. So if you see here, this is the 5/16 and this is a 3/8. So like I said, all you do is take that little lock off. You're going to remove this pin. You're going to slide this bar out, slide it back in the other way, and put it back together. So how does this thing work? Well, let me show you. All right, so first off, you're going to have to know your stud size in order to get that tool in there right. I've already done that. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this here and you're going to want to screw this on. Pretty simple method to do that. Raise it up, spin this thing on. I'm going to run it down as far as I can, just so the tool itself is going to have a lot of pressure on it. I don't want a minimal amount of threads on there. I really want to get it on there pretty nice and tight. That way it stays and doesn't break anything. So if you look here, let's see if I can't swap this around a little bit. So what you're going to see here now is you're going to see these little paws. They're going to push down right there. If you look on the valve spring, the retainer itself, you can see that right there. So you see how that retainer's there and this goes down. This is adjustable on this here, so you can actually run this down if you really wanted to on this piece here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it exactly where it's at for right now because I have quite a bit of room. So if you look at this handle here, well, you need some, actual grasping force. That's where this comes in handy. So all you do is you're going to hold the cylinder head and you're going to push down and you're going to lock that. See how it locked? That thing locked in place. So what's the next step? Well, you need to get your keepers out. There's little angled things in there that need to come out. You can see them, right there and right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those out. And the way I'm going to get those out is I'm going to use a little bit of a pick. All right, so it's a magnetized pick. And let me see if I can't, see if you see the little locks right in here. And these have been on here for a while, so all I'm going to do is pick those out. Just like that. You want to be careful. I hold the handle because, once these locks are out and you decompress things, well, guess what, guys? That spring will come flying off. So that's why it says to wear safety goggles. And just take your time at doing it. So, yeah, I got the locks out. And what I'm going to do is set all that aside. Hold it into place and slowly bring this up. You look there. Look at that. Valve springs removed. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So let's go down to the next one and show you at a different angle. All right, it's the same method. All you're going to do is screw this on. It's real easy to thread on there. Sometimes you need to chase the threads if they're real nasty. So I'm just going to get that down pretty far. Oh, that's too far, so I'm going to back that off a little bit. And there's a little lock here, and I adjusted the tool just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this down, see where it's at. And from there, guys, what you're going to do is I'm going to bring this camera back a little bit and put my handle on it. Hold things in place. Lock it down. See how that locked? And from there, I'm going to pick these out. Quite a bit of pressure on that one. I might have adjusted the tool just a little bit too far, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is hold things in place. And I'm just going to get this thing unlocked. Be careful, go slow. There you have it. Pull everything out. So from there, guys, all you need to do is you need to flip your cylinder head over and gently pull your valves out. Looks like some of these have some of the little umbrellas on them. So what I'll do prior to that is what I will end up doing is I'll take all those off. Like I said, I have everything to rebuild these, so I'm not too concerned about that. The cool thing about this is you can actually use this tool to do it on the car. So if you wanted to change out a cam or you want to change your valve springs, you can actually use this for this. They make a air chuck, right? And it's threaded for spark plug hole. You just need to know your spark plug hole. You take your spark plug out, you thread that in there, and you hit it with air. What's going to happen is, offhand, I don't know the PSI, that air goes in the cylinder and it's going to push those valves up. So these valves are going to stay up as you do that. So you can change them on the car. With that, guys, watch as I take care of the rest of these. Well, there you have it, guys. Actually, I'm highly impressed with this tool. The quality of it's not too bad at all. Definitely, I would say for guys that do stuff out of their garage and are the backyard mechanic, the average hot rod or drag racer type guy, this is actually a pretty darn good tool. Like I said, the quality of construction is pretty good. It's actually a very affordable price, and I'll throw a link to where I got it in the description. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't send this to me. I bought this because I actually needed it for those power pack heads. Ease of use, absolutely simple to use. And you know what? It went out without a hitch. It was actually harder for me to get some of the valves out, as you saw at the end of that video there, because somebody who assembled these and did a wonky valve job on them actually painted a bunch of stuff and they were stuck. So, but actually to remove the valve springs and all that, this thing is really awesome. It's versatile. You can do it like I showed you there. You can do it while you're on the car if you have the air attachment. I'm going to give this thing out of 5 stars, as they used to say, of Star Search. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I absolutely like it. It was very affordable. And you know what, guys? The best part about this is anybody can do this. Common tools, a bench, a little bit of time. It literally took me under 20 minutes to disassemble those cylinder heads. Yeah, I still got to remove the studs. That'll be another video. But to get this thing apart, it was under 20 minutes to do that. Like I said, you can do it yourself. Get your hands dirty, learn something new, and that's always the nice part about it, because knowledge is power, and that'll help you save some money in the long end. With that, guys, I hope you learned something with this video. I hope you, maybe consider, instead of using the old C-clamp method and all that, maybe try something new down the road. With that, guys, until the next one, 2 Hacks Garage, we'll see you soon. Later.